Hey everyone, it's Neil from Peach Pit, and you're watching the Permanent Rain Press.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe with the Permanent Rain Press, and today I'm so happy to be joined by Neil of Peach Pit. How's it going?
Good. How are you, Chloe?
I'm doing well. Tell me, it's been crazy times. What have you been up to, and how are you holding up?
So this summer, with the band, we've been writing lots of music and getting ready for this live stream that we're gonna do in September. But then, other than that, honestly, I did like a family vacation. We went camping, my whole family. I went on a golf trip with my brother. Um, and I've kind of just been hanging out and enjoying the good weather that we've been having here in Vancouver.
Yeah, it's never a bad idea to get outdoors and spend time with family. The band has been becoming social media influencers, even more so than before. How's that been working out for you?
No, it's been good. Honestly, I think we have just had to find other stuff to do to keep people interested and they don't forget us maybe. At first, I think we were a bit resistant to it because we just like just our personalities, the four of us, we don't really love using social media that much, but we've been having a good time. We've been making some silly videos and stuff, so it's been kind of fun.
So you guys have been using your platform for good. I know you did a merch send off to some fans who donated to Color of Change. You also partnered with Propeller to raise some funds for COVID-19 support. So why was it important for you to get involved?
You know, we have been doing this band thing for like almost 5 years now. We've been kind of seeing some success the past couple of years, and we really haven't done any sort of charitable work. And I realistically, at first, it was kind of like, okay, we're just gonna be a band and that's it. It doesn't have to be about anything other than the songs that we write and that's it. And then, Propeller came to us and they're super cool. We've kind of worked with them before. And then obviously with the Black Lives Matter movement kind of resurging this year, um, it wasn't really optional. We had to, stand up for what is right. And we have had a bunch of merch hanging around. And Chris, our guitar player, he was like, we should just sell this online and donate it because it's literally just sitting around. And it was amazing the outpouring of money that people gave. It was just like really crazy for us. I didn't actually do anything. Chris was in charge of it, so I can't take too much credit. But yeah, honestly, we were just like kind of blown away by the like reaction that it got from people. So that was something good in like kind of amidst all this darkness that we've been having.
So on the topic of Chris, I do have to ask, how many juicy, scandalous secrets has Christopher's Secrets been receiving so far?
So many. We get them like every single day. That's like all we get in our DMs is people telling us their deepest, darkest secrets. And there's some juicy ones. We've been selective which ones we use, but there's some like really juicy shit people send to us. So it's been kind of funny.
So where did this idea come from? Because those videos advertising the hotline are absolutely golden. What goes into them?
I actually don't have any part really in them. That's all Chris and our friend Lester. And Lester is kind of like uh, really a key part in like the creative aspects of our band. He does all our music videos. He designs our album covers. He designs merch for us. He does everything. And because of the pandemic and not being able to be on tour right now, we just kind of had to come up with some stuff that we would just interesting, stupid stuff that we could post on Instagram. And so that was Chris and Lester. I don't really know. I didn't have any part in that. So that was all
But
them. They're
it's
freaks.
funny. It's fun. I'm
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
reading
yeah.
through
No,
the
no,
DMs
I
and
love it.
like
It's hilarious.
chuckling and cringing and I don't know. It
Yeah,
must
for
be a
sure.
lot. So on the music side, You and Your Friends was released in April. What did that songwriting process look like for you?
It was difficult actually because leading up to recording that album, we had released Being So Normal in 2017, and then following that release, we just basically toured for like 2 years nonstop. And just being a young, kind of naive band, honestly, I didn't write that many songs during that time because we were really busy. And also, I just was like, oh, we just released an album. I don't need to record any more songs. And then what happened was we got signed to Columbia, and pretty much right away they were like, "Oh, we want to release an album," and we were like, "Oh crap, we haven't been writing anything." And so for like pretty much a year straight, we were just like writing a ton, recording lots of different demos and stuff. And actually, I was feeling pretty rusty at the beginning. And it took a long time for me to kind of feel like comfortable writing songs again because I hadn't really been keeping up with it. And so it wasn't kind of until the end of the recording process that I had written a few different songs kind of right near the end that I was super happy with. And that was kind of like songs that are on the album, like Shampoo Bottles and Brian's Movie and Thursday. There's a few songs on the record that I'm personally most proud of. And it kind of ended up being at the end of the recording process. And it was mostly because I had just it'd been like a year kind of writing again. And so kind of like getting comfortable and confident again. And I'm learning from that now because, yeah, I just won't put myself in a situation where I don't write any songs for a year. It's like a muscle actually. Just for me anyway, it's super important to just do it all the time. Otherwise I get really rusty. So it was a challenge.
The album does sound great, and you did work with a producer, John Congleton. What was that like?
That was it was awesome, but the reason it was so good, when we were deciding who to record with, our label kind of linked us up with a bunch of different producers, and over a few months we would go and meet up with them if we were in their city on tour, have coffee with them, kind of just get to know each other. And so we met John one day, and right away we kind of clicked with him. We really are fans of the music that he has recorded, but more than that, we just had super good chemistry together. And so when we were in the studio, it was just like the most fun, honestly. He was so great the whole time. We were just joking around, nothing felt too serious, and it never got like boring, honestly. We recorded it for like 4 or 5 weeks with him, and it was just like super fun the whole time. And he's become a friend. Like I hope I'm friends with him for the rest of my life because he's just such a great dude. So yeah, it was a good experience.
And you've already started working. I know this pandemic has kind of forced you to stay creative on album number 3. So you've been writing new music. What details can
Yeah.
you share on that front?
So we have a couple new songs that we're going to be releasing sometime in the fall, and then we're also going in to record a bunch of singles that are going to lead into another album hopefully next year. And it's been good. We've for the first time been recording demos ourselves, just recording them in our jam space and having a friend of ours mix them for us. And it's been a cool experience. And I'm personally, I always feel this way, but whatever the new songs are always my favorite. So I'm just really excited because they're like my favorite songs that we've written. So I'm pretty excited to release them.
And on writing, like, are these themes that are, what's kind of going on in the world right now, or taken more like, snapshots from times in your life prior?
Yeah, some of them have to do with kind of what's going on right now with me. But I tend to always kind of write from the same place of just like writing from my own personal experiences. And I find that's partly because I I find it easiest to do that because I just know it myself. But then also it's kind of like a bit cathartic for me. Like when I can write a song about whatever, it kind of helps me process like emotional stuff a little bit. And it's kind of like I have to do it that way just because I was saying that to my friends, like even if nobody listened to any song I ever wrote ever again, I would still write songs all the time just because like I like to do it for myself. So
So we were talking about this a bit before we started recording, but your tour dates, Europe's been rescheduled for 2021, North America to be determined, but I feel like you'll have a lot of pent-up energy and emotions. So when you do finally hit the road, your shows will be double, triple the fun of a regular Peach Pit show. Is that an accurate prediction?
yeah, oh yeah, big time. I think we are most excited to get back out on the road, obviously, because, we make a living doing this and we can't really if there's no shows, but also like we don't really feel, or we haven't, we're starting to again, but it kind of like when you don't play shows together with your bandmates, you kind of start to lose the feeling of like being in a band together. And that's kind of when sort of like stuff starts to creep in between you of like, we don't hang out that much and whatever. So when we're out on the road together, that's like when me and Chris and Mike and Pete, we all just like have the most fun together. And that's when we really get like super tight. And so I'm most excited for that just because I get to spend more time with my buddies.
But you do have a couple of upcoming virtual concerts on September 17th live from the Commodore. Have these been in the works for a while now?
Yes, we've been trying to figure them out for like maybe a month and a half now, and we've only just started a couple weeks ago rehearsing for the show. But it's feeling good. I'm excited. I'm just excited to, yeah, just to play a show, even if there's nobody there. It'll just be nice to like make some noise for a bit and like pretend like there's a crowd or something. But I don't know. I'm a little bit nervous too, though, because we've never played a show without a crowd there, and so I don't know how necessary it is to have a crowd. You know, you get that energy from people, and like, you know, you hear the cheers. It's not just like you finish the chord and then there's just silence. So
You'll
I'm a little
need
bit nervous.
to bring those like those sound machines there and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
clapping and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Pipe in the sound like the hockey
Yeah.
games and the basketball games and stuff. Yeah, that's
So
what we
you
need.
mentioned, not seeing the band for a while. When you did get to kind of reconvene, have those jam sessions, was it a lot of, catching up, hugs if you're safe?
Yeah, 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 for sure. We didn't see each other for like a couple months, and then but we were keeping in touch like virtually. We were like hanging out and like, I like everyone was. Everyone just like moved to Facebook Messenger and Zoom and Skype and stuff, and so we were talking a lot on there. But yeah, when we finally got back into a room together when we're playing music, it was like such a sigh of relief, you know? So it's been good.
Something interesting is you guys got new clothes, still overalls, still sweaters. I would say a bit more of a modern style. Which band member was the most hesitant or anxious about the clothing swap?
Probably Chris, because he was, like, adamant that he had to wear a turtleneck, which is kind of funny because he really, like, he goes for it because of the band. Like, I know he doesn't like wearing a turtleneck on stage because it's, like, super hot and sweaty, but it's, like, kinda become his signature look, so, yeah, he was like, "I have to wear a turtleneck." Everyone else, though, was like, "Please get me out of these freaking clothes." Like, they were like, my pits were black, like, the clothes were just
Because you
black
only
on
had
the
one
inside.
one
Only
copy,
one
right?
set,
Yeah.
yes, one copy. And so now we have like a couple different sets of clothes that we can wear that's kind of within the same sort of theme, which is nice. But honestly, everyone was just excited because we've been wearing that same outfit for like 3 years. Not only were they getting disgusting, but also we've changed as people over the past couple of years. We're not as young anymore. We're getting a little bit older, and I felt like a little bit like silly wearing like the purple sweatshirt and the orange. I just like I'm not 21 anymore. I'm like 27 now. It's like getting kind of weird. So yeah.
Change is scary, but change is good. You can
Mhm.
tell Krista. But will these outfits be making their debut on the 17th, I'm assuming?
They will absolutely.
So I was scrolling through your Ask Me Anything on Reddit, to see people tell you that you've inspired them to start playing music or you've gotten them through some really rough times. It must be so special.
Yeah, totally. People reach out to us and tell us things like that, through our DMs as well, and, yeah, it's like it almost doesn't feel real though because for me, like, I understand what it's like to idolize musicians and look up to people and wanna be like them and wanna be a good songwriter like them and stuff, but when it's people looking at me, like, I just feel like me, so I'm kinda just like it doesn't feel real, honestly, um, but it's a cool thing for sure.
Something also very cool, you have really artistic, talented fans. So on Instagram, there are paintings, digital art drawings from just of your band or, your album covers. So do those also put a smile on your face?
Oh yeah, people like and they always paint me and I look so handsome in the photos. Like I never really look like myself. Like my jaw's like way more chiseled and like I just look so hunky. So I like the paintings. Yeah.
I know you posted something on Instagram. You made cereal recently. So that was going to be a wild card question. If you were to compete on MasterChef Canada, what would you be making as your signature dish? Can you cook?
My signature dish would have to be chicken and waffles. That's my signature dish. I just never had chicken and waffles before, and I didn't really know a good place in Vancouver to get chicken and waffles. So I learned how to make it, and now like whenever I go like away to a cabin with my friends or camping or anything like that, I always am like the chicken and waffles for one of the breakfasts. That's kind of my dish. So definitely chicken and waffles would be there.
Does it have syrup on top as well?
Yeah, it has, you gotta make a Belgian waffle, you make fried chicken, and you butter the waffle, and then you put maple syrup and Frank's hot sauce on it.
You might have to do that on the band's page, like cooking lessons. That can be your
Cooking lesson
next
with me.
stick.
Okay.
And lastly, our signature question: if you could be any ice cream flavor, which would you be and why?
I think I'd have to choose pralines and cream, which is like kind of an old man flavor. But my grandpa used to always take me to get ice cream with him when I was a kid, and he always got pralines and cream. And I never had it because I was like, I don't know what a praline is. And I just tried it recently, and it's my new favorite ice cream. So I got to say, pralines and cream for my Papa Don.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you, Neil. Thank you for taking the time to chat. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Chloe.
Make sure to listen to You and Your Friends. It is out now. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye, Chloe.